New at 10, a program designed to empower young girls is marking a milestone this year. Girls on the Run is celebrating 20 years of serving the South Central Wisconsin region. And as WMTV's Mackenzie Davis reports, the program teaches those girls lifelong skills through running.
We're going to just sit down for a minute.
The gymnasium at Shorewood Hills Elementary School in Madison.
Our activity when we do laps today
Serves as a classroom for 3rd, 4th, and 5th grade girls after school.
I know it's going to be a bit wet outside.
Even on rainy days, students and volunteer coaches meet for an afternoon workout of the body
And running, I love sprinting.
and the mind.
Running is just really kind of a small part of the program, actually.
Christine Benedict is the executive director of Girls on the Run of South Central Wisconsin.
2 decades, it seems a little bit shocking.
This year, the organization is celebrating 20 years of serving its 11 counties.
A small program that started with just one team of 13 kids all these years ago has grown into this whole movement here locally, regionally, nationally.
A movement with a mission to inspire joy, health, and confidence for 3rd through 8th grade girls.
We creatively integrate running to accomplish and help kids learn important life lessons.
Life lessons
Mostly like that exercising can be fun.
that girls like 9-year-old Eloise Huffman have learned this season.
Meeting new friends is really important, and you're doing that through a club that's involving running with making new friends.
Benedict says although named Girls on the Run, it is not a running development program.
We are a confidence building program that's using movement as a way to help kids retain information. There are some great studies that show that when kids are moving their bodies, they are actually able to take in and retain more information.
So we learned like a different lesson every time, but so far I really like the friendship because I like making new friends.
Making new friends and setting new goals with the help of volunteer coaches.
They're the reason that this program has become so successful.
I'm sort of athletic, not really athletic.
This season is Eliana Melcher's first as a Girls on the Run coach.
I love the mission of Girls on the Run, like bringing girls together and teaching them about mental health, physical health, and just like how to be a strong, confident young lady.
Coach Eliana helps teach those lessons like friendship, inclusion, and confidence.
These girls are 3rd, 4th, and 5th graders, so you're really starting to get into a time when it's tough to be a kid, but it's especially tough to be a girl.
While each season culminates with a 5K,
I haven't done it, but I'm excited.
it's so much more than the accomplishment of crossing that finish line.
And I just love doing stuff with my friends.
For the girls and the coaches.
I just think it's such a cool opportunity to play a role in all of these girls' lives, right? Like hopefully they remember the lessons they learn at Girls on the Run, regardless of how many times they do it, where they do it, and can just carry it forward.
This fall, the council will have served over 25,000 girls over the last 2 decades, with the mission of continuing to empower today's youth.
It starts to feel like the world could be a really a more joyful, healthy, and confident place with all those people carrying these life lessons with them.
For decades to come. In Madison, Mackenzie Davis, WMTV 15 News.
That 5K with nearly 1,200 participants will be held on May 31st at 9 a.m. at Verona Area High School. Girls on the Run of South Central Wisconsin will also be celebrating its 20-year anniversary with a party on October 4th. If you're interested in learning more about the program, head to our website and click on this story.